Hey everybody, welcome to Did She Just Say That? I am here with Chesson and I'm Ashley. I should let you introduce yourself.
I love
I'm
that.
Ashley.
I'm still Chesson.
Still Chesson, hasn't changed.
No, not
And we
today.
are coming to you today on lots of platforms, socials.
Yeah.
We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of it. You can catch us on YouTube and see our faces if you'd like. So yeah, it's June.
Happy
And
Father's Day
happy
week.
Father's Day week. Yes. And we are going to talk about Father's Day. So we did a episode with our moms, and so it only makes sense to do that for our dads out there. So what do we have today? What are we going to jump in and talk about?
Yeah, so let's start out light and a little funny.
Okay.
What are some dad behaviors that come to mind off the top of your head?
Behaviors or like also like things they wear and stuff.
No, behaviors.
Okay. Behaviors. I'm going to say like dad jokes, like
Oh, yeah.
telling the dad
The
jokes.
dad, I mean, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Dad jokes. Yeah.
Behaviors. Over the top sports fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
Protective of their little girls.
Yeah, protector. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many.
What about the dad that secretly behind mom's back says "swing on him," shows you how to make
Yes.
a fist?
Oh, or I know you're not supposed to have any candy after midnight,
Yeah.
but come on in here, honey. I'll get like have a little
Yes.
extra candy.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that like little.
That soft side that
Uh
comes out
huh.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Those behaviors are cute. Yeah.
And how about for the clothes?
The dad shoes.
Oh, I mean,
What
how
are
can
these
we not?
Skechers?
No, New Balance.
New Balance. I feel like there's a Sketcher brand too
With
that's like also very
well now
similar.
those are the Velcro. That's what Grandpa had on.
Oh, Crocs. My
Well,
dad.
I feel like everybody wears
I
those
know, but
now.
my dad wore those all the time. For wintertime, fur lined, like
Oh,
fleece, fur lined.
yeah.
Summertime, they had the holes.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah,
I've never owned a pair of Crocs.
I don't think I have either.
Really?
I don't think I
Now that's
have.
a lie. I've never owned the traditional Crocs. Remember me telling you when I was
Yeah.
pregnant that I
Yes.
wore those crazy yellow shoes that had the fur in them? Those were Crocs, but they
Okay.
looked like nursing shoes or
Yeah,
something. I
they
don't
weren't
know,
true Crocs.
but
Like
they were
the.
Crocs brand.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's a lie. But the OG
Mhm.
Crocs, no, I've
Yeah.
never. Maybe we should. Maybe we should get some this summer.
Maybe, and we'll put charms on them.
I
You
don't know
seen
if
the
I can go that
charms?
far. Yeah, my kids
Yeah.
have those.
Mhm.
They haven't like, they're not widgets. There's some kind of course, acronym for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jorts or jorts dad clothes? I don't know. Like jean
Oh,
shorts. Did your what about anything specific? I don't know that you see that
remember the
you're like
MC
that's.
Hammer pants?
Hmm.
I feel like the dads would wear those with no shirt.
Oh God,
You know?
so great. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can think of anything else. Those are the things that come to mind.
Yeah. So we'll go there. I can't think of it. I don't know. That's all I've got for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um, we did some research and we reached out to men of all ages as fathers, young fathers, like kid, dads that have teenage kids, and dads that their children are fully grown and their grandparents or grandpas,
Hmm?
peepaws, whatever you call them.
People.
And it was across the board and unanimous.
Hmm.
Not one of them mentioned a gift, a trip, even an outing.
Really, I didn't think
And
a gift would be, but
I mean, it every single one of them in their own words, but still every single one of them within their response, besides one, and they said dinner. And they were like, I'm a simple man. I always tell my wife that Just let's
Mm-hmm.
just all eat together.
Meat and taters.
Yeah, yeah. Um, they wanted their kids to see them. And it was, I want them to acknowledge me as the dad, to feel seen, and to for them to plan to spend time with me. And one dad, oh, and a lot of the guys, I tried to reach out to men that like aren't big on sharing their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It was very intentional. You know
Love
me, I'm
it.
like, I love words. Let me see if
Yes.
they'll.
What can I pull?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it was intentional. But one dad said that he wishes that his daughter, would see him and maybe plan something for them to do. More than anything, he said, I would just love if she wrote me a letter. And this is a dad that his life revolves around his daughter and takes in her to, I mean, she is involved in sports and activities. Her social
Mm-hmm.
life is like, she's got a whole calendar,
Yeah.
and he shows up for everything, with everything, provide, the best bats, the newest equipment, that,
Mm-hmm.
all the dresses, all the things. One, it doesn't matter. And I was like, wow, that was all. Just for her to see me, tell me how she feels,
Mm-hmm.
and a handwritten letter would be so nice. And I think that what I really gathered from that was our dads of the world. Now, this is not going to resonate with everyone,
Mm-hmm.
because just like with mothers, there are absent fathers. There are dads that have chose not to father.
Mm-hmm.
But for those dads that are, they check all of the boxes. They make sure your car's fixed. They make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you are where you need to be. They, pay your cell phone bill, your car insurance, whatever. And that's how you feel like, oh, dad, daddy showed up, daddy took
Mm-hmm.
care of it. You have a flat tire on the side of the road, your first call, your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And they want you to feel that safety and that security, because they're, what was shared is, they always want, especially dads of daughters, they want their daughters to never settle. But all they want when they show up is, Daddy, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for showing up for me.
Mm-hmm.
Not just, Daddy, I love you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for showing up for me. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
for always being here. Think about it. Did you make those cards like in elementary school with the macaroni noodles? Okay, so
Didn't.
maybe you're too young, but we would make cards that had like the macaroni noodles glued to the paper or
Yeah.
whatever. And I bet if you did that, your dad still got his, because they
Oh.
hold on to that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And it's probably 18, 19 years old. Like,
Right.
make him a new macaroni
It's time.
card.
The macaroni is probably molded by
Yeah, it's
now.
crusty and
It's
dusty. Update
crusty.
it.
That's so funny.
But if you look at it, like your
Mm-hmm.
dad, they hold on to that kind of stuff. I bet their their screen saver is a picture of their children.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that their contact for you is a picture of you and
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah.
Just the little things. We celebrate women very loudly
Yes.
a lot of
Yeah.
times. And men go with, I'm okay, because they don't want
Yeah. To be in the
to
spotlight.
draw the
Mm-hmm.
attention, or to feel like they have to ask for. And this is in a very positive way. They are
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's not a bad
No,
thing.
not at all.
And sometimes I feel as women, we're like, well, we need this emotionally and this emotionally and this emotionally. And they don't say anything, but it's like, man, I
Yeah.
need that too.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. Good point.
so yeah, it was very eye opening. So if you are watching this and your husband or your dad is still here, don't go out to the store and buy them a card. Write them a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Go spend the day with them. And you don't, I mean, go to the golf course, do the thing that they like enjoy doing.
Right.
But it's not about the new tool, the new fishing pole, the
Yeah.
hunting trip, or whatever. They want to do something with you.
Hmm.
And with all of that being said,
Hmm.
Ashley and I have a very different dynamic
Yeah.
with dads,
Hmm.
with our dads. Um, why don't you share a little bit about your daddy,
Yeah.
Mr. Adolf?
So Adolf, I love that. And my favorite part was when I was, dating when I was younger, and they would be like, "So, what are your parents' names?"
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, Adolf and Connie, and they're like, hold on, Adolf, like Adolf Hitler, or like, and I was like, yeah, and then to make them think like you're
Mhm.
gonna you're going through the ringer.
Yeah.
He's a big teddy bear,
Oh,
big teddy
yes.
bear. He got that nickname from working for a guy back at home
Mhm.
with that name, and he just kind of it came upon him, and
Yeah.
so yeah, so Adolf was a nickname my dad had. He had a
Mhm.
lot of names actually, but yeah, growing up was I just remember like there are these little inside jokes
Mhm.
of and mind you, for those that know, not everyone knows, but if you know me, you know my family history and all that stuff. But my dad passed back in 2022, so September. So it's been gosh almost 4 years. So, but growing up, I mean, from the day that I was born, my parents were also 38 when they had me, a little later
Mhm.
in life. So 14 years past my brother. Big gap there. And wrapped around my dad's finger. I mean, I've always been told that.
Oh, you
And
were
yes,
daddy's girl
yeah,
through
very
and
much
through.
so. Yes, very much so. And so there was always a running joke of, if I'd say, "Hey, will you buy this for me?" He's like, "I'll buy you two of them." Like it was always just that running joke. So
Yeah.
just very, very close, very supportive dad. He went to everything. He never missed a game. He worked. He would get up at like 3:30 in the morning to go into work,
Mhm.
drive an hour and a half one way, an hour and a half home. Would not miss any of my games. He was just always very present. And so, as you said too, my first phone call when my
Mhm.
flat tire, you have a flat tire on the
Yeah.
side of the road, or I never had to do oil changes. Like dad took my vehicle, and dad did everything
Mhm.
from that perspective. So very much protective dad, and
Mhm.
so yeah, it was a great, and even into my adult years. I mean, until the day he passed. I mean, daddy's girl,
Oh, we would
very
FaceTime
much.
him weekly.
Yes, yes, and dad loved my girlfriends like
He
as his own kids.
he treated us all.
Yes, how's my girl Chess? He just and dad's memory, like as you get older, it's like, but he was on it with my friends, like knew everyone's and
Mhm.
was very just wanting to be involved. Very funny guy,
Yeah. If
very
you
funny.
go back and look at her social media,
Hmm.
every time that she would post something, it was always, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you all having fun.
Hmm.
Oh, you girls look amazing."
Yes.
It would just, he was so
Hmm.
encouraging and he always showed up.
Yes. Always. I mean, he'd be exhausted, but he'd be there. He'd
Mhm.
always. I mean, he would do. So yeah, it was so just this fun, loving dad, like very funny. Like at his when we were like funeral and all that stuff. I mean,
Mhm.
there was laughter in the room
Oh
because
yeah.
he's such a funny man. Like
Yeah.
there are quotes and sayings that we will live on and say forever because these are just
Mhm.
things that my dad would just. I mean, there are words that he would make up, and it's just funny to like bring those words out every now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, my whole family we still
All of his silly names for all the different social media
yes,
platforms. That was a fun one.
face back, tic
Yeah.
tac, snatch chat. That's still my favorite
Yeah, that one's my favorite for
because he was
sure.
onto something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just in a big. I mean, gosh, a big hole in my heart was just
Mhm.
ripped, and he was diagnosed with cancer, and by the time he was diagnosed in June of that year, he passed in September, so it was very quick.
Yeah.
When he was diagnosed, he was already at stage 4, so we knew going to the end of that it would happen quickly. But yeah, but he was just at peace.
Yeah, he was.
And I remember being in the waiting room, and he's like, "Why are you upset?" He goes, "There are babies and kids in here that haven't lived
Mhm.
life, and you're upset about me? Like I've lived my life."
It almost felt like he had this piece of how I did my job.
Mhm.
I took care of everybody I needed to take care
Yeah.
of. I lived life.
Mhm.
And he lived a full life.
Mhm.
And I was like, I have done my job. Do not grieve for me.
Yes.
That's
Yeah. And he knew. I mean, he was there with the divorce and all that stuff
yeah.
that happened, and
And
but he knew. He's like, "You're gonna be okay."
yeah,
He wasn't concerned about that at all.
yeah. And he hid his pain. Like,
Mhm.
and he would hide his pain to make sure that we were laughing and joking whenever we would
Yes.
FaceTime him. And he would still try to make plans, but then he would say, now it just depends on how I'm feeling. Like,
Right.
but he wanted to put it out there, like, if I have it
Yes.
in me,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
going to be there. But
Yeah.
it just seemed like, yeah, he
Mhm.
was very much so at peace.
And gosh, his concern while he's dying is take care of mama. Like make sure
Mhm.
she's okay. And what was really cool to see him as a grandpa, like with my nephews,
Yeah.
it was like he showed up to all my games, supported me my whole life in sports, and then that ended, and then he got to do that again with my nephews
Yeah.
and
Without
go
having
through.
to have do the rules and all of that.
Yeah,
Just the
exactly.
fun.
And he got to experience it all over again with them. And so
Mhm.
never missed a game, never, even when he didn't feel good, dad would smile through all of it and just
Yeah.
he was all about other people. And it makes me so happy when I hear things like you're carrying your dad's spirit or I see your dad. I was at
Oh.
back at home I was like 2 months ago, and this lady across the room, I'm at a restaurant back at home, and she
Mhm.
keeps looking at me, and we keep making eye contact. Like I know you, you know me, and that kind of thing. And she got up when she was leaving. She came over and she said, "You look just like your dad." And I'm getting cold chills right now. But I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like
The
that is
biggest
so,
compliment.
so just to know me. I'm a stranger to her, and she probably
Mhm.
hasn't seen me in years.
Yeah.
But to know my dad's face when she's looking,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool.
Oh,
And
you look
just to
so much like him.
carry, yeah. And I see both my mom and dad,
Mhm.
but definitely my dad's like personality and like that kind of
Yeah.
thing. I definitely got that silliness from him, but yeah, yeah. So only good memories, and so, but yeah, it's miss him all the time.
I know you
But
do.
yeah,
So I'm going to ask you a hard question.
okay.
There is something that you could tell your dad today,
Hmm.
with him being gone for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
What would you tell him?
True. It's a big question.
I know, baby. It's making me tear up. I
I know. I know. Just the
wish I could
impact.
hold you.
I know. Just the impact. Um, I knew my dad was great, but to hear the stories of things he did for people
Mm.
when he was gone, people that showed up in support to say, your dad did this for me and helped me in a really hard time, and just
There were
always,
so many of those
oh my gosh.
stories.
Um,
It blew my
yeah.
mind.
So I would just say like you are loved. You will carry on forever in our hearts.
Yeah.
But mom's okay. We got her.
Mhm.
We'll take care of her, and just that your grandkids are living through you, and I don't know, just I don't have kids of my own, so it's very different. And
Yeah.
to say like I don't have that to carry on, but yeah, just that I love them. But ooh,
I know. I know.
that threw
When
me
I put
for.
that down, I was like, oh man. Well, I would tell him, thank you for raising a
Oh.
wonderful woman, because a lot of him does come out in you and
Mhm.
Scotty.
Yeah,
And when you have that good, solid foundation,
sure.
it goes on for a
Yeah.
long time. Um,
Look at me, ugly
I'm so
crying.
sorry.
Don't be.
If you're listening or watching this and your daddy is still here, and you just heard Ash get very raw and open and honest, don't take them for granted. And it's okay to get soft with them and share how you feel because
Mhm.
whether you know it or not, a lot of them want that. And one day
Yeah.
you don't want, and I don't think that you said anything just now that you hadn't said to
Oh,
your dad. So there were no
no,
regrets
none.
that you held back anything. We know
Mm-mm.
Ashley's a lover of love, and so she is very good about expressing her feelings.
Uh-huh.
So that's not something that she has to live with of
Mhm.
not being able to share with him her
Mhm.
feelings. But if that's something you've got, you're maybe hard or your dad seems so hard, and um, don't have regrets of not telling them how you feel while you have them.
Mhm.
Um, and I think when you lose a good dad, you grieve what you had,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
Like you're happy,
Mm.
but you still grieve what you had.
Yes.
When you never really had that relationship,
Mhm.
your grief is more you're grieving what you missed.
Mhm.
Um, and so for me,
I was gonna ask you, yeah.
I've shared before, but I lost my dad when I was 5, and I don't have any memories of him.
Mhm.
I have no clue what his voice sounded like. You know, sometimes when you close your eyes
Yeah.
and you have a memory of your dad, you
Sure.
can hear his
Yeah.
voice.
Any video, anything that just no,
No, it's
no.
silent. Um,
Mm.
so I don't have that. And I think I've shared this before. I was an adult before I truly grieved his death.
Mhm.
I carried lots of anger. One thing that my great grandmother did for me was my grandmother and I would go down to the cemetery every week and clean
Mhm.
his headstone and stuff after church.
Mm.
And I always had all these big feelings and lots of emotion, and a lot of it came out in anger. But she gave me a little packet of post-it notes one day and sent me to the back room. It was like this little add-on to her house, and she said, "I want you to write him a letter." And I'm
Mm.
like, "How do you write a dead person a letter?" You know, I was maybe 8, if
Mhm.
that. I don't know. But I did, and it was long. And she said, "Next week, when Nanny takes you down there, you take that letter down there and you leave it." And that's where my love for writing came in because that's what I did. I
Mhm.
have notebooks on top of notebooks that
I
is
can
just
verify that.
full of
Mhm.
letters that I wrote
Mm.
to my dad. And sometimes I would have to go back and revisit them or
Yeah.
whatever. And there were certain parts of me that, I mean, there were just so many things. Like, I wanted my dad, he played the guitar and the harmonica and stuff. And like,
Mhm.
I wanted to hear him play and pick. And um, I wanted him to see me graduate. I wanted him to see
Absolutely.
me in my prom dresses or just
Mhm.
little things like that. And now it's like, man, I wish I could have, he could be a grandpa. Like,
Mhm.
um, and I don't really talk about him a whole lot.
Mm.
And it's not that there's a lack of love. It's hard to talk about someone you don't know, you know?
Sure.
Um,
That's a young
but
age.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But I get to hear stories, and still to this day, when I go back home, my dad was a social butterfly, and knew a lot of people from his hometown and the like neighboring areas, and I get all the time,
Mm.
"You have to be little Eddie's daughter," and I'm like, he's been gone for over 30 years,
Oh my
like,
God.
and growing up, I looked like my
Mhm.
mom.
Yeah.
And never ever was told that I looked like my dad. And I
Mhm.
don't think that I did, but as an adult,
Mhm.
my brother looks like mom. Like we switched.
And he had dark hair.
And
Yeah.
oh yeah, he
Yeah.
had coal
Yeah.
black
Cause remember the
hair and
little.
brown
Mhm.
eye and
Yeah.
dark
Yeah.
eyes. Yeah. Um, but yeah,
Mhm.
and it is so like okay, there's something. When I got married,
Mhm.
I grieved changing my last name because it was the
Mm.
last thing that I had
Yeah.
of his.
Yeah.
And it was really hard for me to give
Wow.
that up.
Sure.
Um, but with all of that being said, I've talked about co-parenting and that my ex-husband and I get along great. watching him be a dad to our children,
Mhm.
and he is involved and he is present and he shows up for everything.
Mhm.
I will never, I mean, I didn't want to have kids
Mhm.
because of the fear
Yeah.
of them being fatherless.
Mhm.
I know it's crazy, but whenever you have childhood trauma, it comes out in
Oh,
crazy ways.
sure. Yeah.
Um, but the way that he shows up for our kids and the way that he fathers them, like, I don't think that I grieve my dad anymore because I get to see firsthand. Because I had no clue. I had no clue what
Right.
it would look like. And
Mhm.
so it's absolutely like I never ever will take that for granted or try to take that away from him. And that is why we work so hard to co parent.
Mhm.
But all of these different stages, and just like with we talked about on Mother's Day, if there are men that have been in your life,
Mhm.
coaches, your friends' dads, let them know
Mhm.
because they have shown up for you and in your
Yeah.
life, and celebrate that just like we celebrate each other as women on Mother's Day and a lot of other months of
Yeah.
the
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
Um, but let them know, like, if we had one of my friends said he drove us to school every morning. Him and my stepdad, they took turns,
Mhm.
and he was so silly and goofy, and both of them did the funniest stuff. But he made sure we got to school every day. You
Yeah.
know, was it small? Yeah, but did he have to get up that early to no and deal with
Right.
three of us crazy hormone raging middle schoolers that couldn't find the right outfit and our lip gloss didn't match. Um, but they did, and they did it every day, and no matter what our moods were, they were still silly. And certain dads that in my life that knew my dad wasn't there, they showed up to
Mhm.
games and events for me, and I never thought to like the same way that I celebrate the women that show up
Mhm.
have shown up for me, that we need to do that for the men too. And
Absolutely.
it is as simple as it's probably a little more simple to
Yeah.
celebrate and let them know that you appreciate them than it is
Yeah.
to
But just
celebrate.
because it's simple doesn't mean we should bypass it and overlook it, right? It
Exactly.
almost becomes easier to bypass and overlook because it is so
But
simple.
and they're never gonna say anything.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
If you were to have a conversation with your dad today, is there anything that you would want to tell him or share with him?
I did not expect you to turn that question around on me.
I mean it with love. It,
I know you
and
do. I
and
know.
just for you to be able to express that. And if you don't, that's
Oh
okay.
no, I'm
Yeah.
fine. I don't feel like I would have to fill him in on my life because I do feel like in heaven that they do get glimpses of us and stuff. Um, I think I would just tell him that I miss it.
Hmm.
I miss getting to know who he could have been.
But you're living through him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's living through you, I should say.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that would probably be my biggest thing, and then I'd probably apologize for all. Just I was a kid and
Yes.
I was so mad in those letters. I'd be like, sorry, I said all those mean things.
But yeah,
um,
as a child, you were just trying to get
of
through
course,
it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'd have to make some kind of
Yeah.
joke to lighten it up because
Sure.
I mean there are times where I hope and pray that there's this whole will we know people in heaven, will we not?
Mhm.
And I really hope that, like, there are times where I'm like, when I get there, I can't wait to see him. And then it's
Mhm.
like, even if I don't know that he was my earthly father, I feel like there would be some kind of connection that I would feel something
Sure.
that would let me know because I don't know, like, I would thank him for my name too.
Yeah.
He came
I
up with my
love that.
name,
Yeah.
and so if I got to talk, I would thank him for my name because that's something that can never be taken away
Mhm.
from me that he yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I think too, with all I keep thinking through all this and having having I had dad and then I had Scotty, my brother, who's 14 years older.
Mhm.
I mean, there are times where I think, we'd be out and about and he's off in college and all the things and I'm kind of tagging along as little sis and
Mhm.
people are like, "You got a kid," like I could have
Oh
been right, like
yeah.
I don't know, mistaken for
Young
you got a
dad.
little, yeah. But I will say, so for happy Father's Day, Scotty. um, but I'm just very blessed to have him. And gosh, I did not think this would
I
go.
told you this one could get
Yeah,
emotional.
yeah. But I get to watch him be a dad, and it's beautiful. Um,
Mhm.
he's he and my sister-in-law are raising two amazing kids, and I see my dad in him too, and it's great. And
Mm.
um,
The funny, silly.
yes,
Yeah.
I mean, I laugh because I have cousins who are like, Scotty, you are so funny, and I'm like, he's he's okay, like he's kind of funny, but I'm like, he is funny.
Yeah. Oh, don't let that
I
go to your
know,
head.
don't look exactly, but just seeing him be a dad, and I get to, and it's really great because he stepped into a role, like a big brother role, to where he's like, okay, dad did everything for me, and
Mhm.
so um, he's always been there and very present, and we're closer now than ever. So
When
yeah,
you shared the other night, it was so, I don't know, like I could tell that it opened up like, whoa, wait a minute.
hmm
That here recently there you've been doing a couple of things and has called you out like, why didn't you call me?
yeah,
And it was things that you would have gone to your
yeah, a little
dad
change,
before,
yes,
and you felt
yeah,
like you had to take it on now that your
hmm
dad is gone, and he's like, no, 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 I'm
yeah,
right here.
yeah,
And I think that's
yeah.
beautiful
It
that.
says so much
Mhm.
more than just that I'm here. It's like we're in this, and you're not alone, and
Yeah.
yeah, so it's been really great to have that relationship because we were 14 years apart in age,
Right.
right? I'm 4 years old and he's off to college,
It's
and
crazy.
so now it's like adults, and I call him and my sister-in-law Melissa. 'Cause that's how I
Ashley's
talk about her.
sister-in-law, Melissa.
Can't just say Melissa. It's sister-in-law
Mm-mm,
Melissa.
yeah.
But yeah, so it's really nice to be able to just watch him be a dad, and it's beautiful. It's really, and he's a great dad, and so, and just a good leader of his family, of his home, good Christian man.
Yeah.
Mom and dad did a great job with leading us that way, and so I'm really glad that we have that together. And so yeah, and my nephews have been baptized. It's beautiful. It's just a really good. It has evolved, and
Yeah.
I'm just excited to watch him dad this whole time. It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
Have you ever expressed that to him before?
probably not like
So how do we
full
show up for
on.
dads better?
How what? I'm
How
sorry.
do we show up for dads better?
I think it's. I think we just have to stop making assumptions.
Mm. And because they're so, you said it perfectly
Sure.
earlier, they
Yeah.
are simple and it's
Mhm.
easy to bypass because they
Yeah.
are so simple. And even if they get upset, normally they don't even tell you.
Right. Right. And I think too, when I look at my brother, I'm like, well, he has a family, but also like as his sister,
Hmm.
I need to express that to him, like, just to see him. He is my brother, but he's also a dad himself, and
Yeah.
very much there for me. So yeah, and we joke because he's like, when you get a boyfriend, I won't have to lean on him for all those things, like
Yeah.
oil change and looking at my Jeep and making sure it's running right. But but yeah, it's. I think we just have to just use our words.
Mm.
Use our words.
I love
When you
words.
have that moment, I love love. When you have that moment or that opportunity, like take that opportunity and just
Hmm.
share. It doesn't have to be a full blown drawn emotional thing,
Right.
but just
create the moments.
yeah, and thanking those dads that put in the hard work day after day.
Mhm.
And the traditional roles, we see a man leading the family, we see the man providing. And
Yeah.
I think to it is something, it's a big deal. You're providing for your family. You're allowing, if it's financial stability, if it's helping create the day to day to get through.
Mhm.
It's the things that, a lot of dads, they're planning 20, 30 years
Yes.
down the road,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So dad
Yep.
did that, and I didn't know that.
Right.
And so, yeah, absolutely. I think it's just we need to create those moments and
Mhm.
tell these dads that yes, we talk about moms, and but it takes two to tango. Like it's some
Yeah.
families have the mom and dad, and if you have both, I think it's important to acknowledge
Oh
both.
yeah. Yeah.
And if you're a dad and you're doing it on your own, and you're momming and dadding and dealing with little girl stuff and all the things by
Oh
yourself, kudos to you.
yeah.
But this also reminds me of, build build community. And if you're a single dad, and if you are co-parenting,
Mhm.
it's about the kids. And so I think, if you've got two people, I think
Yeah.
you all are a great example of that, that it can be done.
Yeah.
So
And it's changed.
yeah.
Though when we first divorced and our kids were younger,
Hmm.
we celebrated more holidays more together. I guess. Yeah. I guess. And we still do it a little bit.
Hmm.
And it's really if the kids are like, "Hey,
Yeah,
yeah, can we do that?" Like,
we should do a joint party. Yeah.
"Hey, mom, will you cook dinner for dad for his birthday?" Yeah,
Hmm.
sure. Give him a call, tell him to come over, ask him what he wants me to fix,
Yeah.
or I'll just figure out one of his favorite
Hmm.
meals. Like, what do you guys want to fix him? But if they're with him, now I'll call and be like, "Hey, do you want me?" No,
Yeah.
we're good. Okay, cool.
Yep.
But Mother's Day, Father's Day, that kind of stuff, we and he always and I always we get a gift from the kids
Hmm.
to give to one another. And
Yeah.
I don't ever want to not do that while our kids are young.
It's a
Once they're
tradition. Yeah.
older,
Sure.
it
They
is.
can buy their
But
own presents.
right.
Just kidding.
Well, I mean, my oldest son, he
Yeah.
does. Like he's
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
stepped away from that, and but it's very important, and I can't help but think like we touched on you had your dad and having to grieve him now, and I talked about losing my dad young. Then you've got those absent dads.
Hmm.
I can't, my grief is, there's no way to have a relationship. He is physically gone. But
Correct.
you have these men and women and young boys and girls that their father is still very much so alive and has
Hmm.
chose not to be a
Hmm.
part of their life. And that is a whole other grief that I cannot
Absolutely.
speak on with any kind of experience.
Hmm.
Um, but if you are one of those people, we see you,
Hmm.
and I hope that there has been someone that has stepped in your life that has given you that fatherly love and experience. But if you are a man that knows of children
Hmm.
that do not have that, step into their life.
Hmm.
Um, the things that you all bring to the table and the safety, the security, um, every kid deserves and needs to have. And if
Hmm.
you have the ability to do that, do not miss that in life because you will be rewarded. And
Absolutely.
you will, there's so many ways to go about that, but the experiences. But my mom, her dad was alive, but not a part of her life growing up. And it was once I was an adult, and I'm like, whoa, like you had to deal with me
Hmm.
grieving this all along, and your dad was alive. And so we've talked about it more now that I'm an
Hmm.
adult, and we kind of have more of a friendship than anything, I
Yeah.
guess. And it's like you just don't think about it if it hasn't affected your life.
Right.
Um, and so I didn't want to not
Sure.
mention. because that Father's Day is hard for those. Like, could you imagine?
Absolutely.
I have a friend that not only was their dad not in their life, he started a whole new family,
Mm.
and they had to go to school with their step half siblings and see their dad showing up for his new family.
And
But
then
not, and I'm
forgotten.
like, I mean, sorry, not sorry, but I want to throat punch him.
Yeah. Right?
You
Yes.
know? Like, let me smack some sense into you.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just want to make
Yeah.
sure that we touch, and I'm sure there
Yeah.
are other things that we haven't thought of, but
Well, also, I thought thing too that for Mother's Day, we talked about infertility a little bit there.
mhm,
And so for the fathers that want to be fathers, that want to be dads,
mhm,
and you are going through that right now with your significant other, and you all are not able to have that moment, we see you as well.
yeah,
And
that's never talked about.
no.
Women have gotten bolder in discussing
Hmm.
infertility when it's on their end,
Yep.
but it is not discussed when it,
Hmm.
and I'm sure just like for a woman, we're like, that's what we were born to do. It depends on the generation you grew up in.
Yeah.
But for a man, like,
Hmm.
does that make them feel like their man card has been taken?
Right. Uh,
I mean, because
right.
you don't hear about
Hmm.
it being discussed.
No.
And I have friends that they never went and found out who couldn't
Right.
because they never wanted that in their
Hmm.
marriage.
Hmm.
They just knew one of them couldn't and they needed to look at different avenues. And
Yep.
I respect that. I mean,
Same. Yeah.
not that it's for everybody, you do whatever
Hmm.
is right for you, but as much as we talk about our side of it,
Yeah. Yeah. We don't.
we
So.
can't make them,
Oh,
like I
absolutely.
don't feel like it is
Right. But
they
if you're not talking about it, make sure that you're, find someone to talk to about that.
yeah, don't do it alone. Nobody should do life
No,
alone.
no, should not. Well, I
So,
would encourage you not to watch YouTube, so that you don't
oh gosh,
see
yeah, please don't.
my makeup running everywhere. I know. I'm like, I
Both.
need, I need, like, for bags under my eyes and for crying. The allergies are real today.
They're real, yeah.
Yeah, full
Mhm,
effect. Yeah.
middle of June,
Mhm.
lots of allergies
Lots of allergies.
outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
what it
it got
costs.
us.
It got us
Daggone
today.
Ohio Valley.
I
Huh.
know.
Hey, I'm pretty sure that's the
Yeah.
first time I've cried on this podcast.
Yeah. Well, not for me. You know me. If I'm breathing, I'm
Well,
crying. No, I'm kidding.
with all of that said, if you are a dad, we hope that you're celebrated and that you're seen. And if there's
Mhm.
something that we left out, we would love for you to share it with us. If you have a dad, we hope that you're celebrating them and this is just open your eyes a little bit, or you already do this, pat yourself on the back.
Yep.
Um, for those that are hurting on Father's Day, we see you
Mhm.
and you don't have to do it alone. Just like with any other situation, our goal is to build a community to support one another, have fun doing it, laugh through the hard times, but never overlook them. Um, but we see you and we love you guys, and happy Father's Day to
Happy
all of the
Father's
men out there
Day.
that are doing the dang thing.
Yep. Yep.
And as always, remember,
You
you have
always have a
a
seat
seat
at
at our
our table.
table. That was really bad.
I was trying to move this
I
time so
know.
I wouldn't hit it.